They'd barely hit the road when the owner came chasing after them with a gun. To make matters worse, a police car was blocking the road ahead. They spun around and found themselves sandwiched between the cops and a truck. But Sean didn't flinch. He drove straight at the truck, banking on his street racing instincts that the driver would swerve first. Sure enough, the police car and truck collided head-on while they sped away. Next, John and Sean hatched a revenge plan. First stop, a supermarket for supplies. John, ever the professional, grabbed 2 hats and stuffed them down his pants, then flashed them at a store clerk like it was no big deal. The clerk knew immediately something was off. She'd never seen anyone shoplift so brazenly. Hats secured, they hit another store. John walked in, spooked the lone employee, and walked out with 2 flashlights without breaking a sweat. That night, they arrived at Sean's office building. Only 1 security guard was on duty in the lobby. John grabbed a rock from a nearby planter and hurled it through a window. The shattering glass did the trick. The guard went to investigate. They slipped inside and made their way to the top floor, where the boss's office was. John popped open the keypad panel and, drawing on years of experience, cracked the code in seconds. Once inside, the first thing they did was cover the security camera. To get back at his boss, Sean planned to take the $1 million stashed in the office. He flipped a switch, revealing a hidden safe. He punched in the code, and it swung open. After all, Sean had always been the boss's most trusted employee. He'd even helped hide this money in the first place. They stuffed the cash into a bag, pulled on their masks, and got ready to leave. But Sean still wasn't satisfied. He ripped the cover off the camera and flipped off the lens with both middle fingers, then launched into a whole series of obscene gestures. Double birds, rapid-fire birds, even one from between his legs. The boss was going to lose his mind when he saw this. But Sean wasn't done. He grabbed a decorative sword and hacked his boss's prized $100,000 sculpture to pieces. Then came the grand finale. Standing in front of the camera, he pulled off his mask and finally said everything he'd been holding back for years. With that weight off his chest, Sean left the building feeling genuinely relieved. He headed to a bar to meet up with Mary, a woman who'd been pursuing him for a while. Afterward, he called his wife, ready to end their 10-year marriage. But she stopped him cold. He had it all wrong. She'd been at the office all day yesterday. The woman in their house? Her sister. Sean's head was spinning. What about the boss's stuff on the table? She explained that he'd left it there after a party at their place weeks ago, and they just hadn't moved it. It had all been a huge misunderstanding. His wife had never cheated. Sean's face broke into a grin, relieved that he'd turned Mary down earlier. But his smile faded fast when he realized he'd also misjudged his boss. That $1 million had to go back immediately. Meanwhile, John was happily counting the cash at their hotel, completely unaware that the conspicuous bag had already caught the attention of some real criminals. When Sean got back to the hotel, he found John clinging to the balcony railing. If anyone so much as touched that door, John would plummet to his death. And even without interference, his grip was failing. Sean burst through the door, grabbed the bedsheet, and rushed to the balcony. He made it just